there's something to be said for common sense, right? I mean, I trust you to have common sense. I have high regard and high respect for my listeners and viewers and readers. And I think that, pretty much everybody who's listening to this show right now can figure out what a law means when you hear the language of the law. It's pretty straightforward. So apropos of my conversation with Brian, which, as I said, went way too personal for me to be comfortable with in retrospect. Here is, Title 18 of the Federal Code is the collection of things that are crimes at the federal level. And Chapter 113C of Title 18 is specifically about torture. And Section 2340, A, B, and C of Chapter 113C of Title 18 is the definition of torture and the remedies for torture. So let's just listen to the law, right? I mean, typically laws are written in fairly plain English so that any idiot can figure them out, even John Yoo or Jay Bybee, although those particular idiots apparently didn't. But this is U.S. federal law on torture. I'm looking for the pub date on this. I see this has been amended in 1996 and it was amended in 2002, but I don't see the date that it originally. Oh, here it is. This was put into law on April 30th, 1994. Okay? So this is the second year of the Clinton administration. Torture means an act committed by a person acting under the color of law, right, saying that they are authorized by the government. Torture, in quotes, means an act committed by a person acting under the color of law, specifically intended to inflict severe physical or mental pain or suffering other than the pain or suffering incidental to lawful sanctions. In other words, this is not, putting people in jail for sticking somebody up. Upon another person within his custody or physical control. 1. 2. Severe mental pain or suffering means that prolonged mental harm caused by or resulting from A, the intentional infliction or threatened infliction of severe physical pain or suffering. B, the administration or application or threatened administration or application of mind-altering substances or other procedures calculated to disrupt profoundly the senses or the personality. That's sleep deprivation. Right? That's locking somebody, that's nailing somebody into a coffin, which we did. C, the threat of imminent death, or D, the threat that another person will imminently be subjected to death, severe physical pain or suffering, or the administration or application of mind-altering substances or procedures calculated to disrupt profoundly the senses or personality. And 3, United States means the several states of the United States, the District of Columbia, and the Commonwealth, territories, and possessions of the United States. Offense. This is that section. That's section 2340. I read you the entire thing. Here's 2340A. This is the penalties. Offense. Whoever outside the United States commits or attempts to commit torture shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years. Or both. And if death results to any person from conduct prohibited by this subsection, they shall be punished by death or imprisonment for any term of years or for life. In other words, the penalty for torture is death. The federal death penalty can be applied to torturers. Jurisdiction. This is section 2340A, subparagraph B. Jurisdiction. There is jurisdiction over the activity prohibited in subsection A if the alleged offender is a national of the United States. They all were. These people were all U.S. citizens who were doing the torturing, the alleged offender. 2, the alleged offender is present in the United States, irrespective of the nationality of the victim or the alleged offender. In other words, if Dick Cheney orders the, say, Cairo, the Egyptian government to do it, he's still guilty of it. And then the last part of this law, and this is the entire law. I've read the entire law. Section C, conspiracy. A person who conspires to commit an offense under this section shall be subject to the same penalties, other than the penalty of death. In other words, life in prison, as the penalties prescribed for the offense, the commission of which was the object of the conspiracy. This is pretty rational stuff, you know.